Hey there folks, Uncle Troy here with a little game I like to play with my nephews called I Am Not a Blank. That's where they ask me a question, and even though I'm not qualified to answer it because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a member of whatever profession would have the education and training necessary to actually answer the question, I try to answer it anyway. You see, my nephews think that as an adult I am smart and I know everything, and their family members have been telling them for years, well, I don't know anything about that. Go ask your Uncle Troy. So that's what I do. Okay, the question today is actually one my father asked me one time because his grandchild, my nephew, had asked him, and he said, well, I don't know. I'll ask your Uncle Troy. He's the one that knows everything. And that question was, why is my poop brown? And yes, that is actually a serious question. And there are several answers that I've come up with over the years. I don't know that any of them are right. Several times I've asked other people. You have to have like a really special friendship with somebody before you can ask them, what color their poop is and why is that. But eventually we come up with several good answers, I think. One of them is just because. And that's always a good answer. That's just the way it is. When you get older, you'll understand. Another thing is, you may have heard of something called color addition and color subtraction. If you take different colors, light, and shine them all together, you end up with a mixture of colors, and if you mix the right type of colors together, you get white light. Likewise, if you take different colors of, say, paint, mix them all together, stir them all up, you end up with black. I've learned from my candle making days. I actually used to make candles. I'll have to show you a video on that someday. That if you mix all colors of candle wax together, you'll usually get some kind of weird purple color. You can never quite get black. You have to take special measures to get black. It was one of my early suggestions, the answer to this question, why is my poop brown, is that just all the different foods you eat, all the different chemicals that your body excretes into your digestive system to try to digest the food, all those together just happen, when they mix them all together, they come out brown. I mean, that's simple. If you shine the right types of light at each other, the lights all meld together to make white light. If you mix the right types of pigments in paint, you get black. If you mix all sorts of different random bits of candle wax together, you get purple. And if you mix all sorts of food and saliva and bile and digestive juices together, it comes out brown. And that is a very simple explanation, and it is not 100% accurate, but it is good enough for what we're doing here now. Now, a more detailed explanation would be something like the digestive juices are mostly yellow. And I don't know if you've ever puked and then looked at it, thrown up, bleh, technicolor gone, we used to call it in school. If you look at it, it's kind of a yellowish color. And I've made myself slightly queasy just talking about this. But the yellowish color is from bile and other digestive things that are in your stomach and the upper part of your intestines. And as that moves through the intestines, water and other liquids get absorbed into the intestines because your body likes to retain water. The color changes from a yellowish to a darker brown color. In fact, if you've played with computers or light boards, you'll find that yellow is basically just a very bright brown, and brown is basically just a very dark yellow. And yellow on a computer, by the way, is a mixture of red and green, which brings us to the next question, is why is sometimes my poop green? Now, if you're like me, every so often you make a concerted effort to eat properly. You should do that every day. You should always try to eat properly, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, especially when you work long hours. If you eat properly and eat lots of green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, lettuce, cabbage, a big old salad, some turnip greens, mustard greens, whatever, green beans, whatever, those have a lot of chlorophyll in them, a lot of green coloring, basically. And so it's only natural if you if you eat a lot of green foods, you're going to have green poop. If you drink a lot of blue Kool-Aid, blue flavor pops, blue whatever, and you drink a lot of that, well, maybe your poop will turn blue. And I shouldn't have really said that, because I know there's going to be kids all over the world that are going to be trying to drink as much blue Kool-Aid and eat as much blue popsicles as they can, trying to make their poop turn blue. But it happens. When you're suffering from diarrhea and whatnot, you may end up with a green color to your poop, or a yellow color to your poop, be those digestive juices and whatnot not getting processed properly. Let's see what other colors you can get. Well, if you have red in your poop, that's usually a bad thing. That usually means blood in your poop. And that might be a minor problem. It might be a major problem. But if you've got a lot of red in your poop, you might not mention it to your doctor. I've heard if you eat a lot of fatty foods, your poop can be kind of a light gray color. But generally speaking, a nice healthy poop is brown. So that is why your poop is brown, I think, because of that, the digestive juices and just the color combination of all the foods you're eating. Now, another theory I've heard on why poop is brown is the presence of old blood cells in your poop. And this is not the same as bleeding and getting blood in your poop. But blood cells are created in the body constantly, and they only live about 30 days on average. So as your blood cells die, they have to be removed out of the bloodstream, and you have to get rid of them. So the old blood cells that are dying go through some kind of chemical process that I'm in no way, shape, form, or fashion qualified to talk about. But the end result is that after the iron and nutrients and whatnot that they can recover from the red blood cells end up extracted, you end up with this dirty brown color is what's left of the blood cells. And normally I would have a cut or a scrape or something on my hands or arms that I could show you, but as you know, when you bleed, when you cut or tear the skin, you bleed blood, and you bleed red blood, but the blood starts clotting up and forms a natural bandage over your injury called a scab. And the scab is kind of a dark red, dark brown, dark black color, which is, pretty much what poop looks like. So that's another explanation of why your poop could be brown, is because it has those dead blood cells in it. Now, my father, God rest his soul, he had another explanation why poop was brown. See, my father liked to drink coffee. He drank coffee all the time. And me, I was more of a tea guy. I drank tea a lot, or I drank cola drinks, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, etc. And all those things have in common is that they are brown. Coffee is black to brown. Tea is kind of a light brown, sometimes a reddish brown to dark brown. And of course, most of your cola drinks are brown, a caramel color, even if they don't actually have flavoring from caramel anyway. So he would say, well, look, I drink coffee all day long, you drink tea all day long, or you drink Coca-Cola all day long, it's brown. But when you go to the bathroom and you pee, it comes out clear or yellow. So where did the brown go? And that was his explanation of why poop was brown, is that he drank coffee all day, but when he peed, it was clear or yellow, so the brown must be in his poop. And I'm sure that's not correct. I'm sure that's not accurate. I'm sure that's not true. But as my grandfather used to say, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. So I'm going to say that's the official reason why your poop is brown, is because you're drinking too much Coca-Cola or Pepsi or your favorite drink of choice, and your body is filtering out all the brown, and that's where the brown goes. Okay. Well, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, even though I am not a blank and I'm not qualified to answer, I will try to answer them anyway. Just leave them in the comment section below. This is Uncle Troy signing out. Please have a good night. Oh, by the way, kids, though I'm recording this in my truck, I'm actually parked, I'm sitting still, I'm not recording while I am driving, because that is very dangerous. Don't do that, kids. Have a good day.